Alright Guillermo, what are we doing today?
We're basically swapping out the trans because it blew before I even got to the track. Last time I went drifting for a Deluxe Invitational.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It sounds really shot. But hopefully we get the ball rolling today. Because I really want to drive Raft, but also it's like, I miss this car so much.
Is it really that loud?
We'll try to go. Oh. There you go. It just makes that fucking noise so fucking bad. Dude, I was literally, like 10 minutes away from the track when it happened. It was so bad, bro. Like, I was so disappointed. I was in fourth, and I was just watching everybody pass by me. And everybody was like, what the heck? Why is he like slowing down? And then,
wait, this happened before like you even got to the track?
Yeah, before I got to the track. Literally, I'm just driving, and then all of a sudden I hear, and then it just goes, boom, like that noise that it was just making right now. And then, whatchamacallit, I was like, fuck, I didn't even get to drift yet. And I was like fucking mad as fuck. I was like, dude, there's no way. Like, I was like just panicking, like, dude, I'm gonna have to tow this shit. Like, I gotta figure this out. There goes Invitational. Like, I wanted to drive hella bad because, you know, like, I had just put on the angle kit. And I had just like refreshed, you know, brand new tie rods, inners, outers.
Spent a bunch of money and didn't even get to drive.
Didn't get to drive. And then like everybody was telling me like, if fucking first, second, and third was fine, then it's cool. And that like, if I needed, bro, I had like, shout out to everybody, all the homies, because like if it wasn't for them, like I deadass with like Angel and Luis from Arizona, because they were the ones that were telling me like, dude, just drive, like you'll be fine, like if anything we'll tow you home. And
that's what ended up happening, right?
Yeah, basically like I ended up driving the whole day, and the sound got worse. It started transitioning from fifth all the way to all the other gears. And then so I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna stop here, and basically drove it from an hour and a half away to the homie's house, Alan, and then from there I drove it another hour back to my house in fourth. So I drove it an hour and some change back home in fourth the whole way, and it got so fucking hot. It was so bad, but at least I made it home, you know. Like, shout out to them, shout out to everybody that helped me that day. But yeah, I'm just glad that like I was able to get it back, and now here I am. Shout out to Jay-Z. He was the one that gave me the trans, the new one that we're gonna be putting in today. And yeah, so that's basically the whole runaround on what happened to the car.
Yep, it's clap.
Yeah, basically.
Now, you ready to start pulling it?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna be doing today is Guillermo blew up the trans on his car, so we're gonna be swapping the trans with a new trans we have. And yeah, if you guys want to see a detailed version of doing this type of stuff, we have a full manual swap series if you guys want to check that out. Today we're just gonna be basically speed running this thing, getting the trans working, and yeah, let's see how this goes. So Guillermo already started on the inside. He just quickly ripped up the shift boot, and now he's gonna take out these bolts for the shifter so we can pull the shifter out and we're not fighting it afterwards. Then we're gonna jack it up and get to work.
Yeah, hopefully praying that this doesn't take longer than it should, because last time it did.
I have faith we could do it in a day.
Nah, I mean in a day for sure.
We're not sure if the trans is actually bad. We're pretty sure it's bad. It makes a lot of clinking noises. We're gonna put a clip after this of what it sounds like, but I don't know. If you guys have any input on whether you guys think the trans is bad or not, let us know. It only makes a lot of noise in fifth. The rest of the gears are pretty quiet, so we're not thinking it's a input shaft bearing or throwout bearing, but yeah, we'll see.
Ready? It's taking off the drive shaft bolts right now.
Alright Guillermo, what are we doing?
Basically replacing the seal. Jay-Z said that this was the only thing that I needed to replace on it, and it's the old one.
Got freaking mangle coming out.
Yeah, it's alright though. We got this new one.
But yeah,
It's looking pretty clean inside of there.
what Guillermo is doing right now is he's just changing the output shaft seal on the transmission, because before Jay-Z was saying that the transmission used to leak where the drive shaft was meeting. So real easy to do. You just pull it out, careful not to nick it, and then get a socket and hammer it in. It's going straight. So we pretty much got everything to pull the trans out of the car. What Guillermo's doing right now is he's just loosening some of the bolts to pull the trans crossmember off. And what we did, just to get a little bit more room under the car to get to the top transmission belt housing bolts, is we put a jack and a piece of wood on the front of the motor to tilt it, and we loosened the motor mount so it would tilt more. What we didn't do that we would normally do is we didn't undo the header bolts. When you do that, it'll make the engine separated from the exhaust, so it'll actually be able to tilt more. But we're trying to get away with we're doing the least amount possible right now. But yeah, hopefully this setup is enough and we can get to the belt housing bolts. If not, then we got to pull the midsection of the exhaust off.
Oh, aimless. Oh, aimless.
Right there. Underneath it.
All right, the Xcessive trans mount is finally off.
Oh my glove. Now we just have to get the top bell housing bolts.
I can't push the thing back in.
Yo, ratchet?
It's to my left. Go grab it. Tell him.
I'm just here as support in case it wants to fall. Alright.
Holy fuck.
We
Park, fuck. Oh, fuck my fucking arm.
What you guys missed is Guillermo's dumbass took all the bolts off the bell housing.
I didn't want to.
And then afterwards he was like, oh, I'm just gonna pull the trans, and it fell right out.
Well, I didn't know if it was done or if I was done or not.
Hang on, this is
Oh,
still,
this is so. Oh, fuck.
Why wouldn't you?
I just got hella fucking trans fluid in my armpit.
Go right there.
Fuck.
Watch your teeth. Not gonna lie, Matt kind of traumatized me when he did that. Like, I can't believe he actually did that. You remember when he did that? He's like, dude. Wait, were you there?
What?
When Matt broke his tooth?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He's like, Dylan, there's no fucking way.
I can't hear that, bro.
He's like, bro.
Just loosen, right?
Just take the bolts out.
Oh.
Because then this will be separate and they'll actually let the engine go down. And then we'll have more room. The second he undid the exhaust, trans came out. G code. You could lower it, it'll come out.
Yeah, I'm about to. The front isn't dropping.
Oh, it's still wedged. It's still hitting the exhaust, that's the thing. But if you keep going down, I think it'll clear. There you go. There you go, it's out.
Oh, I gotta fucking. Dude, go get your power tools, bro.
No, it'll break it.
Okay.
I've done that before. When I bought my toolbox, I used the impact on this shit and I broke one. It dropped my toolbox hella fucking fast.
I think that's it, bro.
Not gonna lie, it looks fine. I want to see what the pilot bearing looks like. Hey, your O2 sensor's torn. You ever check engine light?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, I took out the light, so it just went.
I mean, your car's still not gonna be running good. You're gonna be down on power.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So what do I do?
Pilot bearing seems like it's fine. You see it spinning?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel grindy or anything.
Should we do it or no?
It's up to you. It looks fine, I'm not gonna lie. Or do you want to just not take the risk? Because I just realized we don't have Loctite.
We don't need any Loctite for anything else, though. I
Mm-mm.
mean, we could go buy some.
Do you want to drop it?
What?
The clutch?
No, we don't have to.
I feel it. There's a hole.
Let's go get
Yeah,
food.
it's crunchy. Never mind.
Okay, let's go get food and Loctite. Do you have the tool for the clutch?
I should. So I just pulled the clutch off of Guillermo's car so we have access to this pilot bearing because we are going to be swapping this out too. We're not sure if it was his trans that was bad, his throwout bearing, or the pilot bearing, so we're just replacing everything. Throwout bearing looked fine, trans seems fine, but with this pilot bearing, I noticed when I spin it, it's like stupid crunchy. So it's possible that it was just a pilot bearing that was bad. But yeah, we're replacing everything just to be safe because we don't want to do this again. And to pull the pilot bearing, I'm going to use a slide hammer, put it in here, and just smack it out and then hammer the new one in. Thankfully, I don't need to take the flywheel off to do that. And then afterwards, right now, Guillermo is greasing the new transmission and we could throw it in. Ta-da! Wow.
All right.
Let's get the trans. We can start going up. We start angling it in now.
Yeah.
Just make sure it doesn't slide back. Push in and go up. We're so close. There we go. Let's go. Trans jack again. And we're good. The trans is what?
Which one was the one that has the threads? Alright, so the trans is in. Finally bolted everything up. We had to, since we left this in, we had to tilt it a little bit, like to the side, so that way we can like jack it up at the same time and finesse the way in. You just gotta wiggle it a little bit. It went in, and then like there was a tiny gap, so we just used the bolts to just line it up a little bit. And it's
not ideal, but we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, basically, like, but it's in. Now we just gotta do the trans mount, and then drive shaft and the shifter, and then fill it up with fluid and take this baby for a spin.
And then one thing I would like to add, if you're struggling to fit a transmission into your IS, spin it at a 90-degree angle so the top is on the driver's side, US driver's side, and then it'll be easier to slip it in. But yeah, other than that, it went pretty smoothly. Now we just gotta button it up. Ready?
As long as it goes in the hole, right? Oh shit. Yep. Pull up. Know what I mean? Oh, Dylan, I missed the hole. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
All right, we're done. Drive it forward. It worked so far. Alright, so you guys saw in the beginning of the video we drove and this shit was making hella noise. We just pulled out of the driveway and so far it seems solid, huh?
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, besides all the welded diff noises, but the trans is making the same noises it's always been making, which is just like from the solid bushings. It seems quiet for what it is.
For what it is.
Let's run it through the gears. First, second, stop sign. It's kind of making noise. Was it like that before?
Yeah, typical W58 stuff. Feels kind of like weird though.
What do you mean?
Like there's like extra room within the gears.
The throws are longer?
Yeah. Feels like a
Fifth was the loud one before. I want to see fifth. Solid. We're good.
very nice.
Alright, alright.
Pretty excited. Finally back on the road. It's gonna go to paint now, and hopefully we could do good at RAF. I'm just happy that the car is back, you know.
The shitty trans, actually we don't even know if this trans is actually bad.
I don't think so.
This trans and pilot bearing and throwout bearing have all been swapped, and the problem is now fixed. So
yeah, I think it actually might have been that, because like you said, like the
pilot bearing was grinding.
Yeah, it was like super like bad, so it could have been that, honestly. Oh well, at least now I have a spare trans if anything happens to this one, so
yep,
who cares.
And we just rolled everything out at once instead of doing this 3 times. But yeah,
Exactly.
now you guys can see there's no side skirts, no front bumper on this car. Guillermo sent the side skirts to our friend Max, who's wrapping it, and then he just took the wrap off of the front bumper because he's painting it.
Yeah, and I'm painting the hood and the grill and like some other stuff, but little by little it's gonna be one color,
closer
like
to
paint.
one shade of red
Exactly.
instead of 30.
Slowly,
yeah.
slowly.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one where I finally start working on this. Okay, bye.